The Era San Juan, an Argentinian sub in 44 team members on board, was mobile of a basis in far southern Argentina's Tierra del Fuego archipelago to its household basis in Mar del Plata, a town hundreds of miles to the northwest, while the Navy lose pin in it on November 15. Sea vessels and plane of at low 7 nations include been cleaning components of the southward Atlantic for the submarine. Where's increasing anxiety how period might be fleeing out for such on board the San Juan if it has been incapable under the shallow with communication were lose. There's which screecher made to discover the ship, which can be made to save the team members if they are found, and which could include happen to the sub, wherever could it be, and which happened. The San Juan was recent in pin on November 15. It as in the San Jorge Bay, a few 100 kilometers off the shore of southern Argentina's Patagonia area and almost halfway among the ship's leaving spot and purpose. The submarine's skipper informed a fail in the ship's cell framework and a brief chain soon up it disappeared, Argentinian Navy representative Gabriel Galeazzi told Monday. Following the paper, the skipper was said to back to its household basis at Mar del Plata, Galeazzi told. The kind of issue the sub informed is deliberate usual and the ship's team was informed secure, he added. The Navy had one more than communicating in the skipper up the sub went lacking, told Galeazzi, who did not offer detailed information of the substance of how definitive communicating. The sub was due to come at its purpose on Saturday, but it did know. The ship could incurred several kind of disastrous fail, told William Craig Kane, a ex-US Navy scuba diver and diver who writes on the object. Yet, he added, it as well could be thing insignificant how has inflicted them to each be suspended up some time or they are on the lower. Since the San Juan is a diesel engine sub, not a nuke-powered it has a bounded lifetime submarine, Kane told. Time submarines of the amount and grade can remain at sea for about a monthly, how doesn't indicate they expend 30 days submarine. For regular transactions, the sub would potential go close the shallow to sniff, fill its oxygen supply, reload the batteries by with the diesel engines, and email wireless signals, about 1 day each 24 several hours, told Peter Layton, a newcomer comrade at the Griffith Asia Institution at Griffith College in Australia. But no such a signals include been seized with the submarine's extinction. If the sub had immersed but is yet untouched, the team would include on a 1 week to 10 days of oxygen supply, Layton told. The sub does include an disaster Sputnik communicating framework, in the shape of a beacon how the team could email to the shallow, Kane told. But so distant, on to the Argentinian Navy, where's been no mark how the sub has been with it. Which kind of form is the sub in? If the sub is incapable, it could be vacationer on the sea story. The San Juan is an aging diesel engine sub, constructed in Germany in the medium 1980s, but was refitted in new engines and batteries about 5 years back, told Ewan Graham, CEO of World Safety for the Lowy Institution for World Politics in Sydney. Arrogant the housing is yet untouched, it can survive sea depths of about 500 to 600 meters, 1,640 to 1,970 feet. Deutsche-made subs include a Stampede deep of dual his regular operational deep of about 300 meters, 985 feet, Layton told. The Stampede deep of a sub is the deep at that a ship's housing buckles by blood pressure. If he's vacationer on Argentina's mainland shelf, it is potential in water shallower rather than the, but if he's further in the Atlantic Sea it potential sank under its Stampede deep. How difficult is it to discover an incommunicado submarine? Conclusion: a sub is more than hard by an procedure of significance rather than conclusion a shallow ship, Graham told. In general regulation, they're intended to be covered platforms, he told. They are hard to discover submarine. Submarines are normally found by auditory idly to listen the engines, or by busy sounder. But a incapable submarine? If thou re meeting at lower of sea, thou re perhaps not manufacturing a lot of sound, Layton told. Submariners could explosion on the housing, hoping to draw focus of fleeting sea vessels. Yet, Layton told, thou can't reload oxygen supply, can't run two-lot machinery. Sounder is just very efficient while thou looking for a sub among the sea story and the shallow, he added. Which has been developed to discover the submarine. Sea vessels, plane and different toolkit of at low 7 countries are inquiring the southward Atlantic off Argentina, the shallow, the seabed and the water supply among. The U.S. Navy stipulated 2 P-8A Poseidon intelligence plane. The Poseidon has country-of-the-art sensors and communication machinery, enabling it to supporting a broad band of missions above big bodies of water supply, consisting submarine surface searching and rescue operative, the Navy says. Several sea vessels are with much beam sounder devices to map the sea floor, Argentinian Navy Captain Hector Alonso told the 1 Week. The U.S. Navy as well is deployment 4 persons drone underwater vehicles in party scan sounder, else framework how can build images of the sea floor. How might team members be saved? The U.S. Navy has developed 2 save system how could assist the sailors keep the sub if it is incapable on the seabed. The framework how would eventually be utilized depends, in portion, on the deep at that the ship is vacationer. One is named the sub save camera, that carries 2 operators and would be reduced of a vessel to the sub by a cord. One day the camera reaches the sub, it is soldered above the sub's hatchway, enabling submariners to go in the save camera, the Navy says. How camera can save up to 6 human beings at a period, and can survive blood pressure at depths of up to 260 meters, 850 feet. This sum is a remotely managed hermetic save unit, that can dock in submarines at depths of up to 609 meters, 2,000 feet, and can save up to 16 human beings at a period. The state of the submarine, arrogant its vacationer on the mainland shelf, is as well of key anxiety. Same immersed sub as necessary to be meeting erect, or almost so, on the sea story so the save hatchway, ES, can be readily achieved and docked in, Leighton told. Same sea story, although, is not plain. If the sub is lie at an severe corner, dock could be difficult. The unit can dock in a incapable sub at a 45 extent corner in both of tilt and coil, the Navy says.